Alright, so question number 1 says, a family of 2 adults and 3 children are traveling to Sydney for a holiday lasting for 14 days. Calculate the lowest total cost of the flight, accommodation and insurance for the holiday. So we have 5 people who have to buy the flight. So we'll write 5 times 1199. Then they're staying for 14 days and the cost per adult is $55. So plus 14 times 2 adults times cost for an adult, 55, plus again for another 14, for 14 days 3 children are staying at the hotel and the cost for the cost per child per night is $40. So times 40, I'm continuing from here, plus now the question says calculate the lowest total cost. So how do we determine the lower total cost? Look over here. Here we have insurance cover for up to 20 days. So we have 2 options. Either an adult pays $40 and a child pays $30 or the whole family pays $155. So first we need to determine which option is cheaper. If we use this option, we have to pay 2 times 40 since we have 2 adults plus 3 times 30. Now this is equals to $170, which is not cheaper than $155. So it's better to stick to this other option, cost for family. So we'll stick to the second option and add $155 over here. And the total sum of this equation will be $9370, which is our answer for this question. Part B, bonus cars $42 per day for any mileage, value cars $20 per day and 0.5 per mileage. The family hires a car for 14 days and estimates the total mileage will be $750. Which company charges less for this hire and by how much? So let's check how much bonus cars will cost the family. So this company costs $42 per day. So 42 times 14 days, which gives the answer $588. Value cars cost $20 per day, so $20 times 14 plus $0.5 per mile, so 0.5 times 750, which gives us $655. So which company charges less? Bonus cars charges less. By how much? Subtract the 2 answers, 588 and 655, and you get $67. Question number 2. In 2015, how much larger was the population of Pakistan than the population of South Korea? So simply subtract this and this. Subtract these values and you will get 138,404,000. Sorry. Alright. So 0400. Okay. Part B. Which country had the smallest increase in population between 2014 and 2015? So Pakistan's population is increasing drastically since this 5 is changing into this 8. So it's a huge increase. Then same for the China's population, that it has even a bigger increase because this 3 is changing into 4. So it's a huge increase. For South Korea, this 5 is changing into this 7, so it's a relatively smaller increase. And same for Thailand, this number, this 2 is changing into 4. So the competition is between South Korea and Thailand. What you can do is subtract these values, these two values, and subtract these two values. Whichever gives the smaller answer will be the answer for this question. So when you do that, you'll notice that the Thailand will give the smallest increase in population. So the answer is Thailand. All right. Write the population of South Korea in 2014 in standard form. So we are writing 4951200 in standard form. So at the moment the decimal is over here, we have to shift it to the left. And how many positions to the left? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 position to the left. So 4.95 times 10 raised to the power 7. When decimal is moved towards the left, the power of 10 is positive. We add to the power of 10. So, and why have I written 4.95 and not 4.9512? Because we have to give a final answer in standard form. All right. Sorry, in 3 significant figures. So 4.93 makes 3 significant figures. Part D. Find the percentage increase in population of Pakistan from 2014 to 2014. Excuse me. All right. So find the percentage increase in population of Pakistan from 2014 to 2015. All right. So the formula for percentage increase is the increased value over original value into 100, over original value times 100. So the percentage increase will be, what is the increased value? The population is increasing from, the population is in 2015 is 188,169,000, and the population in 2014 is 185,133,000. I hope I haven't missed a number, please recheck. Divided by the original population. So the original population in 2015 was 185,133,000. So in the numerator we have the increased population, in the denominator we have the original population times 100. This will give us 1.6399. Since we have to give our answer in 3 significant figure, the final answer will be 1.64%. Part E, the population of Cambodia in 2015 was this. Given that the increase in population from 2014 to 2015 was 1.68%. So this population is 1.68% higher than the original population that we're supposed to find. So like we do in the class, 15677,000, this is 1.68% higher than the original population. The original population is 100%. 1.68% higher will make 101.68%. We have to find the original population, which is x, and the original percentage is always 100. Cross multiply these two values. So you write 15677,000 times 100 divided by 101.68. This will give us the original population, and the answer is I don't have enough space, let me write over here, 154,179 77.97. This will be your calculator display. Final answer has to be rounded off to 3 significant figures. So we write 154. Oh, excuse me. So the final answer is 15. Question 3. Rowena spins 2 fair spinners, each number 1 to 4. Her score is the value when the number on the 2 spinners are multiplied together. The table shows sum of Rowena's possible scores. Complete the table of the possible scores. So we just have to multiply 2 and 3 here. So we get 6. Then 2 times 4 is 8. 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 3, 9. 12 and so on, 4, 8, 12 and 16. This is 12. All right. So find the probability that Rowena's score is less than 4. So how many numbers in our table are less than 4? 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth 5 numbers are less than 4. So the probability will be 5 over how many total number do we have in this group? We have 4 by 4. We have 16 numbers over here. So the answer is 5 by 16. Okay, part C. Find the probability that Rowena's score is an even number. Give your answer as a fraction in the lowest form. So look for the even numbers in the table above. I can't go back to the table because of the restrictions of this software I'm using. So the even numbers were 2, 4, 2, 4 again, then 6, then 8, then 6 and 8 again, 6 and 12, then 4, 8, 12 and 16. So how many even numbers do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 even numbers over total 16 numbers. So our final simplified answer will be 3 by 4. Part D. 4B says that Rowena's score is more likely to be a square number than a factor of 6. Is she correct? Show your working. So first we list down all the square numbers from our table, which are 1. 1 is a square number because we can find under root 1, which is 1. 4 is a square number because under root 4 is 2. Again we have another 4. Then we have 9. Then we have another 4 and 16. So probability of getting a square number is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 over 16. Let's do the same for factors of 6. Which numbers are factors of 6 in our table? Now factor is a number that will completely divide 6 without leaving a remainder. So 1 is a factor of 6, 2 is a factor of 6, 3 is a factor of 6, then again 2 is repeating, then 6 is a factor of 6, 3 and 6. So we have 7 numbers over here. So probability of getting a factor of 6 is 7 by 16. So 4B says that Rowena's score is more likely to be a square number than a factor of 6, which is wrong because the probability of getting a factor of 6 is 7 by 16. So you just write she is wrong and working shown, or just mention this in words. She is wrong, just mention that the probability of getting a factor of 6 is 7 by 16, whereas the probability of getting a square number is 6 by 16. That's all. All right, this is question number 4. 2 times 5, 3 minus 2, 1 minus 3 times 3, 2 minus 4 minus 2. So multiply this number with the matrix, we get 10, 6 minus 4, 2. Keep the minus sign outside, multiply only the number 3 with the numbers inside, 9, 6 minus 12 and minus 6. Now let's write the final answer. 10 minus 9 becomes 1. 6 minus 6 becomes 0. 0. Minus 4 minus minus 12 makes minus 4 plus 12, 8. And then 2 minus minus 6 makes 2 plus 6, which is 8. Multiply B and C. Matrix BC 5, minus 2, 3, 1 and minus 2, 1. Let's check the order of the first matrix. It has 2 rows and 2 columns. So we write 2 rows by 2 columns, and the second matrix has 2 rows and 1 column. So we write 2 by 2. Since these two numbers are, that's 2 by 1. 2 rows, 1 column. Since these two numbers are equal, multiplication is possible, and the resultant matrix order will be 2 by 1. So the matrix will look like this. It will have 2 rows and 1 column. Now this entry is the first row and the first column. So for that you multiply the first row and the first column. So multiply the first number with the first number. 5 times minus 2 makes minus 10, plus 3 times 1 is 3. So we get minus 7 over here, and then minus 2. This entry is the second row and the first column. So for that, multiply the second row with the first column again. So we have minus 2 times minus 2, which is 4, and then plus 1 times 1 is 1. So this is the final answer. Okay, next we have to add A inverse plus A. So A inverse will be A is 3, 2, minus 4, minus 2. We have to find the inverse of this, and then we add matrix A to it, which is 3, 2, minus 4, minus 2. Now let's deal with this first. How do we find inverse of a matrix? For that we write 1 over determinant first. To find determinant, you multiply this with this. So we get minus 6, then you write a negative sign, and then you multiply this with this, which gives us minus 8. So determinant is 1 over minus 6 plus 8 makes 2. So this is the determinant. Next, to complete the process of finding inverse of a matrix, you look at the original matrix again, and what you do is change the positions of these two. So minus 2 comes over here, 3 goes over here, then you flip the sign of this one, we get minus 2 over here, and then you flip the sign of this one, so we get 4 over here. So minus 2, 4, 3. So we've completed the process of finding A inverse. Next you add this here. So I'm just going to quickly jump to the final answer. The final answer is minus 2 over 2 makes minus 1. Minus 1 plus 3 is 2. Next we have minus 2 over 2, which makes minus 1, plus 2 gives us 1. Next we have 4 over 2, which gives us 2 minus 4 is minus 2. And in the end we have 3 over 2, which gives us 1.5. 1.5 minus 2 gives us minus 0.5, which is the final answer. Express a single fraction as simply as possible, 1 over 2x plus 2 over 5x. So since we're adding two fractions, we have to make the denominator same. We need to look for the LCM of 2 and 5, because x is shared by both the numbers in the denominator. So x stays as it is. What is the LCM of 2 and 5? That is 10. So to change this 2 into 10, you have to multiply this with 5, and if you're multiplying the denominator with 5, you're also bound to multiply the numerator with 5. So the numerator becomes 5 times 1, 5, and to change this 5 into 10, you have to multiply it with 2. And if you're multiplying this with 2, you also have to multiply the numerator with 2, so which gives us 4. So the final answer is 9 over 10x. Next we have to simplify, which means open the brackets, 12x minus 8y plus 4 minus 5x plus 3y minus 5. So this gives us 12x minus 5x 7x minus 8y plus 3y minus 5y plus 4 minus 5 is minus 1. So 7x, sorry, this was not minus 5, this was minus 1. So 12x minus 5x was 7x, then minus 5y, and then plus 3. 4 minus 1 is plus 3. Next, solve this quadratic equation, give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. So we use the quadratic formula. A is 3, B is minus 1, C is minus 5. Alright, so the formula is x is equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac whole divided by 2a. So b was minus 1, so minus b will be plus 1 plus minus under root b square. Now the square of negative 1 is 1, minus 4, a is 3, b is minus 5, whole divided by 2a will make 6. Now use your calculators to solve this fraction. Plus minus under root, this becomes 4 times 3 times 5 plus 1, 61 over 6. Solve this in your calculators separately, once with the positive sign, then with the negative sign. You'll get 2 answers. One of the answers is 1.46383, rounded off to 3 significant figures, so final answer is 1.46. The second answer is 1.47, because we don't have a 3 over here, it's actually 83, so 1.47 when you round it off to 3 significant figures. And then the next answer is negative 1.1350 something. So when you round it off to 3SF, you get minus 1.14. So these two are the final answer. You were supposed to apply the quadratic formula here. Okay, plot the line x plus 2y is equals to 5. The first step we need to do is make y the subject, which makes this 5 minus x over 2. Next, we need to make a table and choose certain values of x that will give us corresponding values of y. I am choosing x1, x3 and x5. I'll tell you why. x1, 3, 5. When x is 1, y will be 4 over 2, which is 2. When x is 3, y will be 2 over 2, which is 1. When x is 5, y will be 0 over 2, which is 0. So I got really nice integers answer for this particular value of x. So that's why I choose 1, 3 and 5 and not 0, because if I choose 0, I would get y 2.5, and that's relatively harder to plot on a graph like this. So my points are 1, 2, which is here, then I have 3, 1, which is here, then I have 5, 0, which is here. I roughly join this with the line because I don't have the accurate tool to do that. So let's go to part 2. Shade the region defined by these inequalities and label it R. The first region is x is less than equal to 3. Now let's first locate the line x is equals to 3, which is this line. Shade the region where x is less than 3. That means this region needs to be shaded. So keep that in mind, that we have to shade the region to the left of this line. Second line is y is equals to 4. We have to shade the region where y is less than 4, which means we have to shade below this line. And then y is equals to 2x is this line, this tilted line, and then we have to shade where y is less than equal to 2x, which means we have to shade underneath this tilted line. So let's make an arrow over here. And then we have to shade x plus 2y greater than equal to 5. Greater than means you have to shade over that line. So shade the region above that line. So I've made that arrow accordingly. Now let's look for the region that is satisfied by all these three arrows. It is this region, because it is to the underneath this line, it is over this line, it is to the left of this line, and it is underneath this line. So it's satisfying all the four inequalities. Now label this region R and shade it well. Question number 6. Triangle PQR has a right angle and angle 38 and side 12. Find PQ. Now since this is a right angle triangle, we can apply the trigonometric identities sine theta, cos theta, or tan theta. In this particular case, we have the hypotenuse and the side opposite to the angle, which is called the perpendicular. So we have to use the formula that has perpendicular and the hypotenuse. That formula is sine. So I'll use sine theta sine 38 is equals to perpendicular is PQ, which we have to find, over the hypotenuse. Sine theta is equals to perpendicular over hypotenuse. Next we do 12 into sine 38, which gives us 7 PQ is equals to 7.3879. Rounded off to 3 significant figures, the final answer is 7.39. Part B, S is a point such that angle PRS is a right angle triangle. So angle PRS. So the first confusion regarding this question is, should we make an angle like this PRS or should we make an angle like this PRS? I'm going to use the second option and I'll tell you why a little bit later. So PRS is a right angle triangle, so that means S is somewhere over here, and then QS is 10. Now we know for sure that S is somewhere over here and not over here, because this length would be way bigger than 10, because this length is 12. So because of that, we know that S is to the right of R, not to the left of R. Alright, so what else do we have? This length is 10, and calculate two values of angle QSR. This is the angle QSR. Secondly, we know this whole angle is 90 degrees. So 90 minus 38 is 52 degrees. Now we'll use this angle and apply cosine rule on it, which is 12 over sine theta is equals to 10 over sine 52. Make sine theta, this is 52, sine theta the subject. So 12 times sine 52 over 10, and in the end you will apply sine inverse to the fraction on the right, which will give us 12 into sine 52 divided by 10 sine inverse. This gives us 71.0166. Rounded off, since this is an angle, angles are rounded off to 1 dp, 1 decimal place. So the first answer is, oops, okay, let's ignore this and continue with the question. The first answer is 71. The first answer is 71.0, rounded off answer. Now how will we find the next answer? We know the formula, sine theta is equals to sine 180 minus theta. So if you subtract your answer from 180, you'll get the second answer. So you'll do 180 minus the answer we just got, 71.0166. Use the unrounded off answer. When I do this, I get 108.9833, and that when rounded off gives us 109 0.0 because angles need to round it off to 1 decimal place, and that's all.